This episode of FIlm Riot is brought to you by Domain.com. What was the best thing that happened on this year for your career? I don't think I have a singular answer for that. I don't have like a one thing for my career this year. I think this year was just a collection of really cool things that happened. Met a lot of cool people. I went a lot of cool places. We made a lot of cool things. Maybe proximity? I guess it would have to be proximity. Proximity was like kind of like the biggest thing that we did this year probably. But this year was just a really great year for learning. I learned more this year than the past 3 years combined, so it's just a good year altogether. Would you ever let Josh direct a short film and you act? Yes, and that's probably gonna happen pretty soon. I mean, he sort of directs a little bit, he like co-directs stuff. If I'm on camera, Josh is the one behind the camera directing my acting. So he kind of sort of does as far as the acting goes if I'm on camera. But pretty soon he'll probably start directing some sketches. Do you always use insurance when you shoot your short films? This guy, that's funny.
That guy.
You are. That's funny. Nope. We've only used insurance a few times for like client work or bigger things. Outsider was gonna have insurance. Proximity did not, and everything else that we have ever shot ever that you've seen on our show, or really anything you guys have seen, has not had insurance. Because that costs money. And around here, we don't spend that. What are your thoughts on Indie Mogul shutting down? Between them and FIlm Riot, I've learned more than I could have ever hoped for. I think it's a pretty big bummer. I found out about it, I think last week. A lot of you guys were actually tweeting it to me. It's sad to see them go. I mean, there's not many people online doing exactly what we're doing. I think Indie Mogul and us were really the two biggest ones that I could tell, I think. So it is sad to see them go. But if you're concerned about FIlm Riot ending, don't be. That's not gonna happen. We have years of content planned out and a plan of where we want to go with it. I mean, I want 5 to 10 years down the road to be when I'm making, you know, feature films, hopefully $1 million+ feature films, that FIlm Riot's gonna be continuing to follow all that stuff while also keeping one leg in the DIY world. So there's no plan for it to ever stop. And from what I could gather, Indie Mogul's actually owned by YouTube, and they just stopped buying episodes, whereas FIlm Riot is not owned by anyone but me. I own it 100%, so no one can tell me to stop making FIlm Riot, and I have no desire to ever stop making FIlm Riot, so there is no danger of FIlm Riot shutting down. So do not fret, my friends. FIlm Riot is going strong and forever.
We run this piece!
We run this piece. Sir Ryan, House of Connolly, have you ever had problems with your actors attempting to change your script? There's different scenarios that go into that. For instance, there's the good times that this will happen, where you write some lines and these lines might sound convincing or natural for you to say, but then when I give it to an actor like Todd, and we've kind of created the character and that's adjusted a little bit from my initial intention, him saying the line doesn't sound convincing or natural from him, although it would from me. So he'll adjust some of the wording, all of it meaning the same thing, but it'll feel more natural put that way. That's something that you want and need to get the most convincing scene possible. Also, comedy you want to leave as open as possible for people to be able to ad-lib and feel comfortable in that way. Some of the funniest stuff we've ever had is stuff that we came up with in the moment. So that stuff is stuff that you want to be able to do, but there are times where actors, at least it felt like, just wanted to change it to change it. It wasn't better for the story. It actually made the emotion of the scene lesser. It hurt things that came before or after, but they were a little diva-ish about it. I've only dealt with this maybe twice in my entire career. And in those instances, it just seemed like one of those moments where people want to put their thumbprint on something just to have it there, not because it was best for the thing. So what I would do is, you know what? Yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea. That seems like it might work. Let's try one with that and one with the other way. That way I just have choices while we're editing. Now you have it your way, they feel like they got their way, it's fine, you can move on and they're not going to give you any more issue. At least that's how I've handled it. With Film State gone, is FIlm Riot in danger of extinction as well? I actually answered that already in the other one, and absolutely no, it is not at all. Like I said, since we own it, No, I want this thing to continue with my career. Like I said, when I'm hopefully making feature films of millions of dollars, I think it would be amazing to also bring in other filmmakers, like DIY filmmakers, to help take on FIlm Riot with me. That way, FIlm Riot will be two things, you know, this Hollywood type thing and this DIY thing happening, and just it also become a platform to help younger filmmakers start getting their stuff seen and shown more. I just want this to grow into this massive like filmmaking movement, and you guys to be involved with it. I think it can happen, Josh.
It can happen, it can happen.
It'll happen, and it'll be amazing. Last question, Rhinoceros, who did you look up to when you were younger? I started making films when I was like 8. Before that, I would do my little plays in the house. I just always loved telling stories and entertaining people, but with a video camera, I started when I was 8, and I didn't quite know what a filmmaker was, but once I hit 11 and saw Jurassic Park, everything made sense to me from that moment on. I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and that was just, everything Spielberg was, I just wanted in my life. So he was like my filmmaking papa. I just wanted to be him since I was 11. Love you, Spiely. That's my pet name for him. Domain.com is a place that you can go and you can rent space in an internet apartment, essentially.
But also the intergalactic space.
In the space.
In
the space between spaces.
Space, yes,
you become a billboard on the interwebs to be, hey, look at me. And you get your domain name, your web hosting, and then you slap your face on the internet web billboard. And web billboard, and then people see it and they're like, my God, look at this person or the thing that they're trying to sell, or just kittens. You put kittens on there and they're like, ooh, cute kitten on the interweb of like kitten abs, like a cat with six-pack. Yeah, how do you just take the cat and do that, or does it actually have to work out itself?
I think it works out.
You just do it like that? Oh, yeah. It works out itself. So they have the domain discovery service. So if you want to get something like cute kitten billboard on the intergalactic space rocked abs, that was the worst example ever. Their domain discovery service is going to help you pick the right one if that one's taken. Plus, they got some sweet hosting services. It's reliable, it's affordable, and if you use coupon code FILMRIOT at checkout, you get 15% off your domain name and your web hosting, so it's more affordable. And you get a free... We do not... Stop telling people that we're going to give them things we're not going to give them.
I have one.
You do not have one.
I have a free
You're allergic to cats. You don't have a cat.
Domain.com sent me a free rocked kitten.
Domain... When you think domain names, think domain.com.
Logo.
So that's it for today, which means it's time for my suggestion.
That's it for today.
Of the week, which is a short film called From 1994, which is a really beautiful short film from top to bottom, just in the way that it looks, the way that they told the story itself, just everything about it I loved. It's probably my most favorite short that I've suggested in a really long time. It looks lovely, shot on the Movie, which is just buttery smooth. It does. Check it out here. It is a fantastic short, and we're only 2 days away from Christmas, so Merry Christmas, everybody. Stay safe, enjoy your time with your loved ones, and if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. I hope that your holidays were lovely, and New Year's and all that, but I'll see you before then. Actually, Thursday we're doing our favorites of 2013.
That's it for today.
Ah, jeez. See you Thursday.